Und damit hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu The Land of Heroes, Trail of Cold Steel. Für mich ist seit der Aufnahme wieder ein bisschen Zeit vergangen, weil ich sehr viel im Voraus aufgenommen habe. Wegen Unikram, und jetzt geht es weiter und wir wollen nun mit den Sidequests anfangen. Das machen wir im Student Union Building. Wir wollen zum Photography Club. Literature, hier müsste das der Chess Club Photography. Fidelio. You must be Fidelio. You sent in a request about the photography club to the student council, right? Yeah, that's me. I'm actually head of a photography club. Given that your first year helping out the student council, I suppose that makes you a Virine I've heard about. Guilty as charged. I believe your request said something about an issue with the first year club member? That's right. I was hoping I could handle it on my own, but that's becoming less and less likely. I really do want to stop Rex though, so would you be willing to lend me a hand? Of course. Well, let's get him. Thanks, I really appreciate it. Like I said, the matter I want to discuss with you concerns a first year student by the name of Rex. Apparently he's been taking inappropriate photographs of girls without their permission. And to make matters worse, he's been exchanging them in shady deals with some of the other boys at the academy. Well, that definitely sounds sketchy. In fact, it sounds like a blatant violation of the academy's rules. Indeed it does. I'm not sure exactly what kind of photographs they are or what he's exchanging them for, but the fact that he's violating the rules of the academy is clear. If he keeps it up, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up suspended or even expelled. And that's why I want to stop him before it's too late. That's true. He's practically doomed if the instructors or the girls themselves find out about this. Speaking of which, have you tried discussing this with Rex in private? I've asked about it a few times in passing, but he always plays innocent. I assume he thinks it's safe to continue as long as he doesn't get caught in the act. I see. In that case, let's catch him in the act, bust him while he's exchanging his photos. I wish it didn't have to come to this, but I don't think we have any other choice at this point. But a word of warning, he's been extremely vigilant lately. I think I might have raised the issue one too many times and put him on guard, which is why I'm going to ask you to catch him for me. Alright, let's see what I can do. Rex and I might be from different social classes, but I've always seen us as friends who shared a mutual trust. All I want is for him to understand what he's doing and stop. But this does make me sad that it's come to this. We'll just have to hope that catching him in the act will give us the chance to show him what he's doing is wrong. I suppose you're right. Either way, he seems to have a number of prearranged spots where he conducts these deals. I've managed to work out 2 of them so far. The first of them is behind the storage building on the field, and the other is near the old schoolhouse. Those spots do seem secluded enough to get away with some shady business. He has a good eye for these things. You're going to want to be careful when trying to get near him, though. He has a knack for sensing danger. Tread very lightly. I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, I'll start looking for him in the 2 spots you mentioned. Snapped. Started. Oh, dann gehen wir erstmal zum Academy Field. Da, wo wir auch mit Emma und Celine gesprochen haben. Oh man, this picture's great. Rex, you're an artist, a genius even. I don't mean to brag, but you're totally right. I'm a genius. Found him. Looked like Fidelio hit that nail right on the head. Now I just need to see a deal go down. So, have you got the goods? Of course, man, I brought some top quality stuff. Now we're talking. Let's get... Hold up. What's going on, Rex? Don't tell me it's that Fidelio guy again. Nah, not him. It's just a feeling. Let's split for now. We'll meet back up at Area B. Got it? Got it? Why did it get so quiet all of a sudden? What the... They're gone. Wait, did he sense I was here and run away? Sure seems that way. Right over those boxes by the looks of it. So this is what Fidelio meant about him being really good at sensing danger. He'll be a tough one to catch. It's not going to happen if I waste my time standing around here, though. Better find out where he went. So, dafür müssen wir natürlich zum alten Schulhaus. Hey, you. Oh, hey Patrick. I see you're hard at work again as the student council's errand boy, though I can hardly imagine a more fitting role for the ringleader of a class of misfits. He almost seemed kind of down after last month, like he regretted what he said, but it looked like we're back to the old Patrick again. What are you smiling about? I hope you're not expecting an apology for what I said last month, because if so, you'll be waiting a long time. I admit, losing my composure like that wasn't befitting of my status as a member of the nobility, but yeah, I get it. Don't feel bent out of shape or anything, so let's just put it behind us, okay? Trying to feign nonchalance, are you? Always have to be the cool one, don't you, Schwarzer? No matter. I'll leave you to take care of whatever menial chores you've been saddled with today. I have no intention of letting you get the better of me again, in the classroom or in combat, so be ready. Should you confirm berichtet have aber what was that all about? If that means he really has been dwelling on what happened last month this whole time, maybe he's not half bad after all. Das war ein Story-Ding, aber ja. So da. There he is. The same guy from before was with him too. He should have the pictures on hand, so now would be the time to ask. Sorry, do you have a minute? Who's that? Have you got a new customer? Nah, pretty sure that's Zureen from class 7. You know, the guy who's always helping out the student council? Damn, we just about closed the deal too. He might have been the one you noticed earlier then. No doubt about it. And he's headed straight for us. We can't let him see the stash though. What are you gonna do? He's already pretty close. Don't worry, I've got a plan. If we make it out of here alive, we meet at point C. You ready? Yeah. I've got some questions for you too. Whoa, what are you doing over there in that revealing swimsuit, Elisa? Seriously, das hat funktioniert? Wow, Reen. Du bist ein Teenager, aber trotzdem, come on. Wait, Elisa? Why would she even be in a Son of a... And... they're gone. Well, they're fast, if nothing else. They've got me good this time. Didn't seem like they'd finished their trade, though. I've been to the places Fidelio mentioned, but it seems like they have another meeting spot. If they want to place, no one will find them. Maybe like a building that's not used very often. Better start searching then. Genau, und das ist... Hier runter. Na, nicht da. Hier, ins Auditorium. The auditorium's open. Maybe he found his way in here. Und dann... genau. Jetzt habe ich wieder vergessen, wo... da ist der richtige Knopf. Da. Nice, I'll take this one. Well then, it was a pleasure doing business with you. Seriously? Again? Okay, gotta go later. Wait up, Rex. Okay, hand it over. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you, but you shouldn't have that photo. I guess I'm sunk. Fine, here you go. Wien confiscated the offending photo. Is this President Tower? I'm a big fan, alright? What, you got a problem with that? Not exactly. I wasn't really sure what to expect when I heard that Rex was taking inappropriate photos, but this is just a picture of her working, like she always does. Isn't it great? It's Thor in her natural habitat. How can your heart not melt when you see that sweet look of determination? Making a picture like this is an art, and you can't deny that Rex is the master of his craft, can you? Can you? Well, I really can't. But he still took this photo without permission, so... Yeah, I figured that much, that's why I handed it over. But are you sure you should be standing here talking to me while Rex gets away? Yeah. Good point. I can tell that he's still somewhere in the auditorium, though. Seems like he's planning on hiding out in here and hoping I'll leave. I've got some bad news for you, Rex. Either way, I'd better not catch you buying candid photos again. Got it? Yeah, got it. Oh. Ist irgendwo hier oben. Okay, welcher Seite auch immer. Natürlich auf der anderen. Das war falsch. Da ist der Turbo-Knopf. Daybreak 2 Steuerung noch im Kopf. So, your exit over. There's nowhere to run, just come quietly and brace for a lecture from Fidelio. Ah, how do you even think to look up here? Alright, the game's up, Rex. Hand over all the photos you've taken without their subject's permission. And don't even think about holding on to the photo quads you used to take them. Fine, this is all I've got left, though. Today you took the photographs and photo quads from Rex. Wow, they're remarkably varied, aren't they? They look like there are even more on the photo quads too. Hehe, well, yeah. These are really nice photos though, I'm surprised. So am I, they're all very characteristic of the girls featured in them. They really convey each girl's individual charms. So, you like them too then? A beautiful photograph, I'll give you that. So, but that doesn't change the fact that they were taken without the girl's permission. Doesn't matter how well taken a picture is if its subject doesn't want to be photographed. I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say here, don't you? I guess, yeah. By the way, we heard that you were changing them with some of the other students. That's right, I'm afraid we're going to need to ask you to give us whatever you traded for too. Fine. I attended Fidelio magazine. It's full of pictures of girls. Well, at least he wasn't selling them for Mira. So, now what happens to me? If the photos were too risky, I was going to tell you to leave the club. But I think I know just the way to put this all behind us. Fidelio tore up the photograph and put the photo quads under bright light, utterly destroying the photographs on it. No, all my hard work, all my blood, sweat and tears. Compared to having been struck to find out about what you were doing, this is a cakewalk. Well, that's true. I doubt anyone out of that Fidelio would have forgiven me for what I did either. Well, you're a top-notch photographer after all. I know you do great things if you put your mind to it. You really think so? I'm sorry I haven't been coming to the club for a while too. As long as you realize what you did was wrong, I have no intention of harping on the matter any further. It looks like everything's okay between them now. That's a relief. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you to stop taking pictures of girls, but make sure you get their permission in the future, okay? I'm sure the photographs you take will turn out even better that way. Okay. Let's go on here. Da. Ins upper class dormitory. For the next quest. Da, Bridget. You're Bridget from class 2, right? If so, I'm here to help with the request that you sent in to the student council. That's me, alright. And you're Irene from class 7. Now that we've established that we know each other, let's get down to business. Can you get started right now? Sure. I sure can, ask away. Phew, thank you. So you wrote that you're having some issues with your childhood friend. That's right, Alan from class 4 to be specific. We're from the same town and we used to go to Sunday school together. I ended up having to leave that school though, and I never saw him after that, so that's why I was so happy to run into him here again. But, I see where this is going. You're an upper class student though, aren't you? I'm surprised you're a childhood friend with someone who, well, isn't. What, is it that weird? Well, I wouldn't say it's weird, but pretty rare, isn't it? Well, it's true that nobles and commoners don't have many opportunities to interact with one another in Erebonia. I'm just the daughter of a baron though, so our family isn't all that influential. My father was never one to put much importance on social standing either. He even let me attend Sunday school on my own since it was close enough to home. That would explain it. I guess your dad's kind of like mine. So what exactly would you like me to do? You said you weren't sure what you were thinking. Well, I'm not sure why, but Alan's been doing everything he can to avoid me ever since we met up again here. He just gives me the cold shoulder whenever I try to speak to him too. That's not good. Any idea why he might be acting like this? Not at all, which is why I'm so worried. I haven't done anything that could have offended him the few times we've talked, and it's not like he'd have some grudge from when we were younger either. We got along so well back then that we used to play together all the time. It would be one thing if he was just avoiding me, but he started treating me like some sort of nuisance. As far as I can tell, something seems to have happened to him at the fencing club. Well, this could definitely be related. Either way, seems like the quickest solution is to ask Alan himself. Slow down for a sec. Don't worry, I'm not just going to walk right up to him and ask him directly, but he might be more willing to open up to another guy about it. I could talk to him and try and figure out what's going through his head. Well then, thank you. Okay, I'd better go find him. Actually, before I do you know if he'll be at the fencing club today? Most likely, yes. You'll probably find him in the training hall. Got it. Before you go, Reen, please promise you'll tell me everything you managed to get out of him. If I'm to blame here, I'd rather know. Please don't hide that from me. I won't, I promise. Childhood friends, intentions. Da, Gymnasium. Excuse me, I'm looking for a guy named Alan. He's supposed to be a member of this club, but is he off today or something? Not with my permission, at least. He didn't even mention he'd be out today. Oh? In other words, he's skipping practice. Got a feeling I know where he is, though. I see. Where exactly are you thinking? I'd check the field if I were you. Unlike Patrick, Alan actually cares about this club. Chances are he's skipping practice so he can train on his own. Well then, now that he mentions it, Patrick isn't here either. That's not really an excuse, but I find it hard to blame him after what happened. Come to think of it, what did happen here last month? I'd only heard rumors. I'd rather not dig this stuff up, but both of them are skipping today, so what the hell. Truth is, Alan and Patrick faced off last month. Patrick, being the slimy little scumbag he is, made a show out of holding back, then still beat Alan down. It was humiliating, crushed all of Alan's confidence right out of him. I don't doubt it. That's why I'm letting him off easy for now. I'd like to see him bounce back from this, so... Tell you what, if you've got some business with Alan, do us a favor and tell him to drop by. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but we'd appreciate it. Of course, I'll be sure to tell him if I have a chance. Dann als nächstes. Zum Academy Field. Wie sie es ja gerade auch gesagt haben. Wo genau ist er? Da unten. In der Ecke hier am Trainieren. You're that guy from Class 7, right? Do you have some business with me or something? No, nothing like that. I saw you training out here and was pretty impressed. That's all. That said, you seem a little hesitant and it's getting in the way of your form. What makes you think you can just show up and criticize me? Is it just because you're noble? Yeah, that's right, I've heard about you. Should a high and mighty noble like you even talk to a lowly commoner like me? Or do you get a pass when it's condescension? That stuff has never really bothered me. Seems like this guy has a noble-shaped chip on his shoulder. Putting our baggage aside for now, you came here to train, didn't you? How about you join me for a while? Me? Train with you? Yeah, it's a chance to practice in a way you wouldn't normally. I'm sure you'd find it beneficial. What do you say? Well, I don't know what you're planning, but if it'll make me stronger, then I'm on board. I wouldn't say no to some big fancy noble who took the time out of his busy day to ask me anyway. Okay, I'll go get everything ready. I wonder if Instructor Sarah will let me borrow one of the combat shells. Green called Instructor Sarah and she gave him permission to use the combat shell. You guys use this thing in Class 7, right? Are we seriously going to fight it? It looks a little intimidating, but it makes for great training, I promise. I'll take point for now, so feel free to attack as often as you'd like. Right. So, und die Krux an diesem Kampf ist, genau, dass Alan den letzten Schlag drauf haben muss und er muss überleben. Deswegen das erste, was wir erstmal machen, ist, weil ich glaube, das müssen wir ja erstmal natürlich, Ding. So. Alan, was machen wir denn mit dir? Du hast keine Art, du hast bisschen was an Dingens. Machen wir einfach Soaring Bird, weil Distanzangriff. So, Wien geht jetzt erstmal näher ran. Du bleibst erstmal da stehen. Ist schwach gegen gar nichts, okay. Das bringt hier wahrscheinlich wirklich absolut nichts. Könnte höchstens... Fangen wir an mit Motivate. So, und Alan wird jetzt einfach der sein, der Reen die ganze Zeit mit einem voll spammt. So. Item Spam und dann ab und zu auch mal hier so ein Soaring Bird raushauen. Speeddown, das ist sehr nice. Doch, ich hätte ganz gerne... Aber kann ich einen... Ne, kann ich nicht, okay. Was hat er hier? Das macht Delay. Kissing Foe, ja, machen wir mal nicht. Mal Item... Ne, habe ich leidet nichts, was mir gerade, glaube ich, helfen würde. Oder 2000 HP und CP, ne. Ich bleib einfach mal da. Eigentlich ganz gerne, ja. Was soll's. Ja, machen wir. Tag. Item, schön Tiara-Baum, ne, Tierbaum. Hat fast quasi gar nichts gebracht, perfekt. Zack. Ah, fuck, jetzt habe ich... Er hat sein Ding schon verloren, seine Stärke. Das kann ich aber gerade nicht, ne. Machen wir gerade mal den Flame Flash. 3500 Schaden, sehr gut. Machen wir nochmal stark. So, Item auf ich selber. Ja. Gleich haben wir ihn schon. Jetzt langsam auch mal mit Alan wieder mehr angreifen. Cutter sollte nicht zu viel Schaden machen, glaube ich. Ne, perfekt. Oh, Alan, kannst du nicht mal wenigstens treffen? Stehen bleiben bitte. Will soll halt gar nichts gerade mehr machen, außer sich gerade nochmal selber heilen, weil ich glaube, das ist dann doch hier gerade mal wichtig. Dann Craft Piercing Strike. Sollte schon reichen, oder? Jawohl. Did we win? You bet we did. Not surprising after the last attack of yours. That was a sight to behold. Thanks. I feel like I've got my confidence back now, at least a little bit of it. Good to hear. What's the matter? Oh, I feel kind of bad about all the flag I gave you earlier, that's all. I mean, you know, all the high and mighty noble stuff. Oh, don't worry about it. But is there some reason you got so caught up in that? It's embarrassing to say out loud, but envy, I guess. I used to be awful at almost everything I did. Sports, studying, anything you can think of. Still am, really. But I knew this noble who was basically my opposite. She could try anything and do it flawlessly. I was always so frustrated by that. All I wanted to do was be her equal, but no matter what I did, I couldn't manage it. That's a pretty lame reason, huh? No, not at all. But that noble you're talking about, it's Bridget, isn't it? How did you know? Sorry, I guess it's time to come clean. Green told Alan about Bridget's request. So that's how she felt. Now that I think about it, I really have been acting like a jerk. In your defense, I can sort of understand why you acted that way. Nobody wants to show their weakness to someone they look up to. Not even that I look up to her so much as I just want her to just look at me. Huh, what do you mean by... nothing, forget I said anything. So that's the way it is. Anyways, that's what she sent you here for. I'll go talk to her. Besides, I owe her a personal apology for being so mean to her lately. She needs to know that my issue was with myself, not with her. In fact, I'll go do that right now. That's a relief. I hope the two of you can smooth things over. Me too, thanks for all you've done for me today. Hello, Winchworth of Class 7 speaking. It's Neidhart. Are you free at the moment, Schwarzer? I am. Did you need something? Good. As it so happens, I have a little proposal for you. If you have a moment to spare, come speak with me in the faculty lounge. I'll give you the details in person. Is this an urgent matter? No, there's no need to rush, or even come along at all if you can't make it. Your other responsibilities take precedence. If you do have the time, however, I would appreciate your presence. I wonder what this proposal is. Hold on, wasn't he supposed to be returning to his unit today? Oh well, I'm sure I'll find out whenever I make it to the faculty lounge. So, dann gehen wir jetzt gerade nochmal Academy von. Auftrag ist abgeschlossen. Aber wir kriegen noch eine Kleinigkeit. Wollen wir noch mit ihr reden? Oh, Reen, thank you so much for your help. Thanks to you, Alan finally told me everything, and it's such a relief. Everything? Does that mean... That's right, he admitted that he was just taking his frustration out on me. How ridiculous, right? He should know that if he's got something on his mind, I'll always be there to listen and help him out. And hey, a man of the Empire can't just go around relying on everyone else to solve his problem for him. Looks like Alan found a way to make the relationship even more complicated. Oh yes, please take this, it's nothing much, but the least I can do after you went to all that trouble. Water bell. I never thought of it as trouble in the first place. I appreciate it though. You've got my thanks too. That training session earlier taught me a lot. You and me both. You've got a tough road ahead of you, but good luck, soldier. Thanks, here's hoping. Yay, und da haben wir natürlich auch nochmal hier. Da. Class 1, 2, Bridget, genau. Made friends. Perfekt. So. Dann die letzte, ich sag mal, freiwillige Quest. Die auch eine versteckte Quest ist natürlich. Man muss erstmal die anderen beiden machen, dann man die hier freischaltet. Hello, Schwarzer. Have you finished assisting the student council? Yes, sir, we've managed to take care of our most pressing task. By the way, I was under the impression that you'd be returning to the military. Was there a change of plans? I resolved my military business in record time. I got back not too long ago, in fact. You're saying you've already come and gone. You must be exhausted. Exhausted doesn't begin to cover it. To make matters worse, Instructor Thomas roped me into drinking with him last night. I hardly managed to get any shut-eye, so maybe I shouldn't be telling you about this. I was about to say, but you went out with Instructor Thomas even after all of that. I never would have expected him to be so friendly. Moving on, Instructor Valentine told me about your swimming lesson. It seemed as though the men of Class 7 suffered a truly humiliating defeat. I can't really think of one. Arcade and Clausel, Schwarzer. I'm referring to Arcade and Clausel. If what Instructor Valentine told me holds true, those two swam circles around all you men. Or maybe I should say boys. Men of the Empire would not stand for this. For the sake of masculinity the world over, please tell me you at least felt a twinge of frustration. Well, I mean, a twinge, sure. Then there may be hope for you yet. Listen well, Schwarzer. If you've got the time and the guts, I'd be willing to teach you how men swim. I'm going to need you to clarify that. Swimming is more about knowing how to breathe and use your body than it is your body itself. Us army men undergo training in order to learn how to swim quickly and efficiently. No wasted movements, no wasted breath. And I would be willing to pass this all on to you in order to keep you from being shown up by those two girls again. But seriously, I'm always serious. If you've got the stones, gather up Class 7 men and I'll teach you all at once. Might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Make your choice. Right, Die Sache ist, so, ich mag Neidhart eigentlich, aber Neidhart als Charakter ist eigentlich ganz cool. Und dann kommt diese Sidequest. Und er ist halt irgendwie so, weiß ich nicht, ultra misogyn. If you're willing to teach us, I'm not going to waste this opportunity. Now there's an answer. Gather up the other men and meet them in the gymnasium. So, why are we here again? Instructor Neidhart wants to teach us how to swim as efficiently as possible. In that case, we owe him our gratitude. I still don't get why we need to assemble so quickly just for some swimming lessons. If it's such a pressing issue for you, I can't imagine any of us would mind if you left us and went back to the dorm. It's not an issue, it's an observation, you smarmy little... Right then, let us begin. We'll begin with warm-ups, done in accordance with the man-way method. The man-way method? Did you just make that up? The name's not important. The method, on the other hand, is you'll be racing each other one-on-one. Nothing gets the man motivated like some sweaty competition. Now, Schwarzer, why don't we start with you, since you decided to pipe up about the name? Pick your first opponent. Yes, Instructor. Je nachdem, wen hier will, kriegt ihr nochmal 100 von den Dingen, von den Linkpunkten. Ich denke, ich nehme mal Markias, weil er wahrscheinlich von den anderen, von den 4, der jetzt nicht am wenigsten wahrscheinlich im Combat benutzen werde und dafür die Link-XP-Ausgleiche. Aber take the first race, Markias. Sure, why not? Don't get it into your head that this will be easy just because you're a bit faster than I am, though. So, wir haben jetzt wieder schön dieses Minispiel hier, was absolut verzögert ist as fuck. On your marks, ready, set, go. Genau, da haben wir wieder dieses Minispiel, was absolut beschissene Latenz hat. Ich habe Dreieck gerade gedrückt, ich habe auch gerade Kreis gedrückt, aber es juckt halt niemanden. Ja, wow. Ich will sagen, ich kann es wiederholen. Weil, um einen zusätzlichen AP-Punkt zu bekommen. Abhebung ist redundant. Ein AP zu bekommen ist, muss man halt das Match gewinnen. Wow, ich hab's irgendwie hinbekommen. Let's go! I won't do that next time. I'll take you on anytime you like. Are you here to chit-chat or are we here to swim? Get back here at once. Yes, sir. Instructor, right away, sir. The man-way method warm-up continued in this fashion. And in the end, everyone had raced everyone without a single break. Whew, 4 races in a row really takes a toll on you. You're telling me I'm exhausted. Yeah, think we're about done for the day? I'm ready for a nap. I knew swimming could be tiring, but I didn't know it could get this bad. That should do it for a warm-up, correct? I would appreciate it if we could get to the meat of these lessons. How naive. Sorry, I think I might have missed a... You're all naive, every last one of you. You boys think you're ready to learn anything after a wimpy little warm-up like that? Oh, we still have a long way to go. Which leads us into our next exercise of the day, limit breakers. I'm not the only one panicking about the word break being in that name, am I? What are those exactly? There's no such thing as a dumb question, Ragnar, but that one came awfully close. As the man name would suggest, this exercise has you swimming to, then through the limits of your endurance. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh no, instructor, this is a surefire way to drown, don't do this to us. But don't worry, I'll give you 30 whole seconds to rest for every length of the pool you swim. Is he serious? That didn't sound like a joke to me. Maybe this is how they do it in the army. It seems as though each of you has expended all your reserves of energy by now. I'm honestly surprised that none of us are dead yet. Was there any point to all of this? You still doubt me. I'd suggest checking how long your last times were. I'm sure you'll find yourselves impressed. Everyone check their final time, just as Instructor Neidhart had suggested. No way. It felt like it took us hours to get across the pool. What exactly happened here? Once you reach your limit, your body dedicates all its energy to swimming, not wasting an ounce on anything else. This is the method I told you about. Keep swimming like this and you'll be able to get down your times even further. So this is why you pushed us so far. There was a method to your madness all along. That's right. Night comments aside, you all performed very well. You might want to use these to recover from your training though. Thank you. That's all for today. But this isn't the end. You'd better keep training so those girls don't show you up again. Of course. Thank you for taking the time to coach us. Ja, prinzipiell finde ich die Quests auch nicht so schlimm, wenn die Anfang und das Ende von diesen misogynen Kommentaren nicht wäre. Aber gut. Damit haben wir alle Quests außer natürlich das alte Schulhaus. Da kriegt natürlich wieder seinen eigenen Part beendet. Und deswegen beenden wir auch hier an der Stelle den Part. Wenn euch der Part gefallen hat, lasst gerne einen Daumen nach oben da, abonniert den Kanal, um nichts weiter zu verpassen. Und dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.